please rise for the pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the village board meeting of November 13th, 2023. Roll call, please. Possession.
Here.
Kraus.
Here.
Gardner.
Here.
Stacy.
Here.
Teary.
Here.
Giannotti.
Here.
All right, in your packets, you have multiple minutes to be approved. So I'm going to call each one separately. We're going to start with the regular meeting on October 23rd. Does anyone have any changes or additions, or can we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Roll call.
Possession.
Yes.
Kraus.
Yes.
Gardner.
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
Teary.
Yes.
Giannotti.
Yes.
Okay, then the special board meeting of October 19th. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Roll call.
Giannotti.
Yes.
Teary.
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
Gardner.
Yes.
Kraus.
Yes.
Possession.
Yes.
And then the October 30th special meeting. Do we have a motion to approve?
Yes.
There's a motion. Did somebody second?
Second.
Hey, there's a motion and a second. Roll call.
Possession.
Abstain.
Kraus.
Yes.
Gardner.
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
Teary.
Abstain.
Giannotti.
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone in the audience wish to address the board?
I'm the only crybaby here, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm the guy with the house next to the new parking lot,
Okay.
okay, next to the post office, okay? And I think I asked you guys if you put a fence up and you guys voted it down, okay? But my concern is that this thing is so close to the property line. Like, I backed my truck up to the curb and it sticks over 18 inches into my property. This is how close this is. I think it's only 1'4". I measured it. So I feel that there needs to be a guardrail over there, especially when you open that other entrance where they're gonna come straight at the house from Penfield. So now you got two entrances, like this and like this. So I feel there needs to be some bumper poles or some kind of protection there, because it's only 15 feet from my porch. You know what I'm saying? So I wish you guys would vote on that. I think it's a safety issue and a property issue.
So there is a curb there that people would have to hop over and then get
There's
into your
been a
yard.
few of them that have come over the curb already.
They've gone all the way over that thing?
Yeah. It's a little lower when you get a little farther in. Out, it's pretty high.
Okay.
I'm talking right, maybe the first 30 feet. You know, people got big vehicles.
Yeah.
They got pickups, they
And
got
I mean-
SUVs, that curb's nothing to them.
I do get it. So, and this is something that we've talked about internally. So somebody would have to floor it and just go the wrong direction to get into your yard, because there's no parking up against that section
Yeah.
where your house is. We did line off that first parking space because I know we had issues with
And I
somebody backing
appreciate
out
that.
and they
Yeah.
got a tire over the top, and that was,
Yeah.
absolutely a possibility there. Bob and I actually talked about
Yeah,
this
would,
today.
would bollards work? A guardrail might be ugly there for you.
Yes.
Well, I would like to see some bollards, yeah, because like too, if I put up a fence and when the snow flies, you're gonna be plowing snow up against
You
it,
really
you know what I
only
mean?
Bollards, you wouldn't need them at the parking spaces themselves, just in that open area, you put
On the south
bollards
edge.
I
there,
mean-
right along the curb.
I
south
sat
edge,
there
yeah.
on my porch and just sat there and watched, and you wanna see people do some stupid stuff. I've seen people come in there doing 20 miles an hour. I seen a guy squeal his tires because somebody took too long to back up. How do you do that with a parking lot full of people, you know?
And we were just talking about it today, that, I mean, at the moment, that lot's not even open right now, is it? Or
No,
is
it's
it?
closed.
nice and quiet.
Yeah.
It'll be that way for another week or two.
Yeah,
But
because we were
I
gonna
feel-
say, we might wanna see exactly how it works when that other end is open.
Yeah.
Before you make a move and find out whatever we do isn't gonna work, and, you
Yeah.
know.
Exactly, but like I say, they're gonna be coming straight this time, you know, ice, it's icy.
But bollards might be a better option for you than a guardrail.
Yeah, paint them orange like Beecher color if you want, I don't care, but I feel there's a safety issue there, where they could come straight in there. And it's, like I say, it's 15 feet away.
Well, give us till the 1st of December,
Yeah.
and we'll come up with a plan. I know there's a couple project meetings yet to go. And I see the superintendent nodding his head that bollards might be the answer.
Yeah, we could look into that.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, if you were standing in my yard, you could probably get your legs taken out from under you without the car leaving the park.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been over there. Yeah, I'll definitely look
real
into
close.
it. Yeah, I'll definitely look into it.
Okay. Plus I had, I think I called
So-
before about
so
the
you're-
trucks delivering.
So you're Mr. Simone then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, nice to
I was
meet
gonna
you.
say,
I
we
talked to you
know
on the
that.
phone a number.
I know, you told me to come here, so I wanted to see
Okay.
what you guys look like, put a name with the face or whatever. It doesn't-
All right,
But yeah, and we had a problem with the trucks delivering there.
that should be taken care of.
Okay. Yeah, I know, I talked to Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph is the main point. In fact, that's the first call we'll make when we talk about bollards.
Okay.
Because I gotta make sure that whatever we do doesn't violate any federal rule, because we're using federal money on that job.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah. I've thought of a few things,
But
but
we
I've been in
think,
construction for 25 years.
yeah, a couple of bollards right there, because where the parking spaces are, no one should ever back over the curb, but I could see maybe where in that common area,
Yeah.
when people back out,
Yeah.
okay, a couple bollards there would,
Yeah, they
might
come
be
over.
might be the plan, yeah.
It's hard to believe, but it happens.
Well, it's hard to believe a lot of things that happen.
But thanks for coming.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice to
Alrighty.
meet you.
All right, anyone else wish to address the board? I don't think we have any, already. Village clerk's report?
The total tax income received in the month of September is $263,017.44. That's all I have today.
Okay. Village commissions, 4th of July commission, trustee Kraus?
There's a meeting this Wednesday at 7:30?
Some 6:30.
6:30? Here at the Village Hall.
I'll find him out with that.
It was on, I'm sorry. That's all I have.
All right. Youth commission, trustee Yusef?
Thank you. Next meeting is next Tuesday, November 21st at 7:30 PM here at the hall. And then second, the Glow Bike Ride was a really big success for them. They saw an extremely good turnout. I would also like to extend a special thanks to the Beecher EMA and PD for their work, helping coordinate the event, keeping everybody safe and riding along. So thank you very much. And that concludes the update.
All right. Historic preservation commission, trustee Gardner?
Our meeting will be this Wednesday, the 13th, at 6 PM at the depot. Passes to me.
Alrighty. And then under my report, so we had some special board meetings to hire our new village administrator. However, we waited for the official appointment portion until we were at a public meeting with cameras running, et cetera, because we know how much fun that is, but we wanted everyone to be able to see her. So, if I could have someone make a motion to appoint Charity Mitchell as our new village administrator.
So moved.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second?
Or several seconds? Discussion? Roll call?
Giannotti?
Yes.
Terry?
Yes.
Stacy?
Yes.
Gardner?
Yes.
Kraus?
Yes.
Possession?
Yes.
Okay, and then I'm gonna ask Charity Mitchell, put you on the spot, have you come up here for a minute? We'll take a picture up here. And you wanna? Yeah. Come around here. I don't know if you wanna say a word or two. Really put you on the spot. And this is Charity Mitchell, our new village administrator, and she'll be starting next Monday.
Congratulations.
Say anything?
I think I'm excited to be working with everyone, and I'm looking forward to getting to know everyone, and I guess that's really about it.
Yep.
And I'm excited.
One more close. My picture was too
Catch
far
her
away.
alone?
No, both of you, stand by the flag. This is for the paper.
Smile now, we get you Monday.
Yeah, enjoy your honeymoon.
I'm just saying, you can say, and Bob Harvey.
I'm property.
Put names on these things.
Congratulations.
Doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
You were on the whole table.
I got them already.
Okay.
All right, and then I have to announce that Ashley Woodman is resigning from our Beecher Youth Commission. I would also like someone to make a motion to approve the appointment of Joe Terry to the Laraway Communications Board as Beecher's representative for police and Charity Mitchell as the designated alternate. We did have Barbara first, but since he will not be able to serve, since he will not be village administrator, we had to shift things around a little bit. So can we have a motion to appoint Joe as the representative and Charity Mitchell as the alternate? There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
Discussion, roll call?
Possession,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
Terry,
Abstain.
Janetti,
Yes.
Janetti.
Yes. It's okay.
We got a new trustee there.
Okay, I am going to skip ahead and go to planning, building, and zoning, because we have our applicants here, so that way you don't have to sit through the whole meeting if you don't want to. So planning, building, and zoning committee, trustee Gardner.
Thank you, Mayor. Consider an ordinance granting a special use with conditions for tobacco store at 997 Dixie Highway. After due notice and public hearing, the PZC has recommended the special use permit with certain conditions as contained in the ordinance. The applicant has agreed to these conditions, which will run with the location and not the business of or the owner. It is recommended the ordinance be approved. Do you have a number for that?
Yes, we have two, I'm gonna do 1393.
So I will make a motion to approve ordinance 1393, granting a special use with conditions for tobacco store at 997 Dixie Highway.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion? Anyone have questions? Roll call.
Janetti,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Possession.
Yes.
It's done.
You're done, you're set.
What I'll do is I'll record that ordinance, for that property. I have to record her deeds, I have to record that ordinance. But as far as you're concerned, you can open your business now, apply for your business license, do what you have to do, and welcome to the community.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you
luck.
both.
Thank
Good
you,
luck.
everybody.
Yep. All right, take care.
You have to see her next now for your license.
Okay.
Okay.
When do we come back?
Anytime, 8 to 4:30, when you're working on your shop in there, come on in.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You might as well finish up your report.
All right. Building Department monthly report is enclosed for your review. Cannabis craft grow facility special use permit at 744 West Church Road. Public hearing is scheduled by the PZC for Thursday, November 16th at 7 p.m. here at the Village Hall. Zoning Ordinance Steering Committee is set to meet at 3 p.m. on Thursday, November 16th here at the Village Hall as well. That concludes my report.
All right, we will go back up to Finance and Administration Committee, trustee Kraus.
Thank you. I will consider a motion, or hold on, Donna, the treasurer's report.
The October month end total of the village checking accounts, $8,192,548.03. The October month end for the commission accounts, $249,812.13. The total combined, $8,442,360.16. The general October month end, $1,806,642.99. The commission non-AP payment total for the month of October, $377,872.46. If no one has any questions, that would be the end of my report.
Now I'll make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion? Roll call?
Possession,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Giannotti.
Yes.
And variance reports are enclosed for review. And I would make a motion approving the bills and payroll in the amount of $125,428.28. And that's with the changes, correct?
Sure.
Okay. Yes,
And all outstanding issues were corrected to your satisfaction.
well, yeah, the John Deere bill's taken care of, fixed,
Mhm.
and then the police car one, the chief's gonna resubmit it next bill.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second?
There's a motion and a second, discussion, roll call?
Giannotti,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Possession.
Yes.
And then consider an ordinance adopting a tax levy for 2023 collectible in 2024. Enclosed is an ordinance allowing for a increase of 2%. The total operating tax levy, which is reflected in the police protection levy increase. Since the vote was so close to draft this ordinance, a second ordinance was prepared without an increase. Motion on the tax levy is at the direction of the board. So I talked to a couple of trustees and the mayor. What I'm going to make a motion for is to table this for now. We have till December to actually act.
December 11th would be the last, unless you have a special meeting, that would be the last.
No, we don't need that.
Okay,
Well, I don't think we do.
not at Christmas.
Yeah, so, I know it was a split vote with the tiebreaker last time. What I would ask, if people are still inclined to do the 2%, I'm gonna meet with Bob next week
Next week, Tuesday and Wednesday.
to dive into the budget for next year. If the board's wish is to still raise it, at least let me get some numbers about what we're gonna need to do next year also. Because we are going to have to raise at least the sewer, possibly the water, just to keep up. The funds are gonna be insolvent next budget if we don't do something. So, if the board still wants to do it at that point, and we can have discussion and do it, but I would ask that at least let me sit down with Bob and the new village administrator, if she has time, that first week, and get the board some better numbers with what you guys are looking at and what you're actually voting on for next year. So that's what I would ask of the board. So I would make a motion to table this till the December 11th meeting.
Well, you put it on November 27th, you're already table it again. I would just keep it on there.
Okay. Table till next meeting.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second?
There's a motion and a second, discussion, roll call?
Possession,
Yes.
Kraus.
Yes.
Gardner.
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Giannotti.
Yes.
And that's all I have. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I got one other item I want to bring up. We were working on it today. And again, a lot of things are happening at lightning speed because I'm not here much longer. And I want to make sure some of this gets done. But we've had preliminary discussions with First Community Bank about the loan that we have to get for the Benton Street project, the
Okay.
$650,000. And the first order of business is, are you comfortable in getting a loan with that bank? We'll start with that because whatever bank we do usually get proposals from, they want an equal amount of collateral in their bank, which means we gotta move $650 of our money somewhere else to get a loan. And I was thinking all along that we would do it with First Community, but the village attorney reminded me today that that's not my decision, that's the board's decision, so we'll start there. It's not on the agenda, but the consensus is we would be going with First Community Bank on this loan, is that correct?
So that's the question of the board, is what bank we wanna go with?
Yes.
Yes, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Especially in this small amount, I don't think we're gonna have a lot of competition for this one.
Okay, everyone else good with that?
Okay.
Okay, it makes the treasurer's job a lot easier.
And you are correct. I mean, last time with the splash pad, trying to secure a loan from other banks, that's what we ran into. And that was, $230,000, but no collateral in their bank. And a lot of them weren't even willing to discuss it.
That being said, you go to the scribbly sheet with my left-handed handwriting on it, and I'll show you exactly where we're at. The circled number at the top is our share of the project as of right now. Okay? So we need to come up with $1,198,080. We've been making payments of $887.50 a month, and we've made 6 payments so far. So on the payment plan we are with IDOT, we'll be paying a total of $1,066,650. So at the end of our 12 payments, we'll still owe $131,430. If you go to number 2, we borrow $650, we have 6 payments remaining of $533, 3 1/4. So we only have $116,675 left to cover the $131,430 that we're short. So we're $14,755 short at the end of the project, in theory. But if you look at number 3, the job's running about $230,000 under contract, which will save the village 20% or $46,000. So I think right now we're in good shape at borrowing the $650 to pay that project off. But I wanted to run these numbers through you to see the logic behind the $650. So you understand why it's always been. I don't think it's changed in the last 2 years when we wanted to borrow. Because that was the plan all along, and right now it looks like it's gonna work. At one time, we were gonna have to pull money out of infrastructure to cover some more of that, but now that we don't have to, that gives us the opportunity to pave more roads down in the future. So, my recommendation is that we borrow the $650, and the village attorney's already working on that right now. We have a meeting set up with First Community on December 5th, and Charity will be there as well, and Donna, and we'll work out the details of that loan on that date. But we won't have an interest rate until a week before we vote. That's it.
Still, let's buy something else.
Public Buildings and Properties, Parks and Recreation Committee, trustee Giannotti.
All right, thank you. Consider a motion establishing the season for the pickleball and multi-use court at the high school. The next you have to come down before the snow flies. We have yet to determine an opening date and closing date for the facility. Public Works is recommending the 4th Monday of November as a close date and the 1st Monday of April as an open date. I don't see any problem with that. I think it gives plenty of time. If we have a warm November, people get to use it. Anyone disagree?
That's fine.
Okay, use Public Works recommendations. All right, and then, I do have to make a motion. Oh, geez. So I would like to make a motion establishing the season for the pickleball courts and the multi-use courts at the high school as the 4th Monday of November for closing and the 1st Monday of April for opening.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion, roll call.
Giannotti,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Possession.
Yes.
And then, consider a motion rejecting all bids for the new police station. So I would like to make a motion rejecting all bids for the new police station.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second? There's a motion and a second, discussion, roll call. Roger, second.
Possession,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Stacy.
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Giannotti,
Yes. Okay. And then, consider a new bid process for the police station to take place in January with downsized building and fewer improvements. The architect will be, so the architect has a
He's
drawing.
provided it, yeah,
He's
he
provided it
offered
down.
to come tonight, but I'm trying to keep the cost of this thing down, so
Yep.
I think we can read a blueprint, we don't need to
Yeah.
hear it explained.
So there's a corrected blueprint in front of you, and a corrected site plan, along with a letter that kind of goes over the, information. The modified building would meet the $4 million, target for the bond issue, and any office equipment would have to come from cash reserve in the general fund, which we have about $500,000 available. I spoke with the administrator and the chief, and then talked with the architect, to go over some possible moves that we could make to decrease the square footage, and this is what we came up with, so this is what I'm presenting to everyone.
Just look on the site plan, the building shifted south, so we lost parking in front of the building, but we don't have to build a retaining wall in the back. That's a huge savings.
That was what?
You just have to walk a little further to get into the building, that's all.
Yeah, that was how much, 70?
70,000.
70-some thousand, say, just to move that building closer to the roof. And again, all these changes were approved by the chief, so we weren't working in a vacuum here.
That 70,000 would have eliminated my hot tub in my office.
But, some other noticeable changes, if you don't remember the original plan, in the back behind where the, community and training room was, there was the workout facility and the mechanical room and everything, so we moved the mechanicals and the electrical up and into where the storage area initially was. We moved the bathrooms away from the storage area, shifted both bathrooms, unisex bathrooms, over to where the, soft interview room was, and then moved the supply and copy room to where the original bathroom was, as well as kind of reshape the conference room and the records room over there. And then reduce the square footage on the, west side of the building. So there was a couple square footage reductions that got us under 9,500 square feet.
What parking is gonna be left?
Currently,
Just on what's the front one?
yeah, so on that front one, if you look, you'll have all the parking around the back of the building, and on the west side will still be there. And then on the east side, we'll get that first, where the handicap parking is, and then that first section of parking.
So the blue, not the purple?
Not the blue or the purple.
Well, the blue will be an alternate
That'll
one,
be an alternate one.
and then the purple will be an alternate two, but you
Yeah.
have to take one to take two. But we'll see how far out we can go with the lot, with the money we have.
Yeah. So the for sure parking will be that right off the entryway there, Todd, to the east and the west of the entryway.
So 14 spots?
Plus what's around the back and around the west.
Okay. So the officers can park in the back and on the, would that be the west side?
Right, our intent is to allow the officers to park in the back, protect their vehicles while they're.
Is that secure?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's okay, so that's, and then how big is the, community training room now?
You didn't touch the square footage of it.
That room did not change in square footage.
We did not change
Same.
that.
So we eliminated the bathroom, and
And
then people can use the other bathrooms in the lobby, so.
part of,
In the future, there's still potential if we need it, that
There
the village
is.
can use it for a larger meeting area for special meetings or something
Yeah,
like that.
Absolutely.
and part of keeping the square footage where it was that made it easier to move that mechanical room and leave it on an outside wall, because we moved the mechanical and electric room directly up.
If you moved your board meetings over there, you probably need alternate one for parking, because you wouldn't have enough parking. But that can be done in the future, if we can't afford it now. But you would probably need at least alternate one parking plan if you're gonna have community meetings there.
So how does
How
that
many
work with?
parking places do we have here?
No, 14?
Include the ones in the back, 16.
Yeah, so this has 14.
Yeah, I mean, but if you have bigger meetings, you might need more parking. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking for larger meetings.
Plus people overflow into the bowling alley and nobody's where they go.
So how does that get bid with the parking then? Is there a bid for just what's here and then,
They would bid that as an alternate, right?
Correct.
So those would just be an alternate.
so they're gonna bid
Like
the
an
regular
ad.
parking lot and then alternate one and.
If we say, if we tell JMA we want alternate one, they'll send it out with a bid and they'll say include alternate one, right? If we don't want alternate two, they just.
Well, they'll bid alternate one and alternate one plus alternate two,
Okay.
then we will decide whether we
If we want both.
Okay, and I didn't know
We'll get
how this
prices.
works, so I was just asking.
So then all these, so the list of the 9 alternates would be included.
And we argued a lot about this plan. I mean, the chief was willing to cut another sally port out of there, and I just had a hard time doing that. The chief said to get the building, cut one more sally port out, but I don't know. I guess it would save you more money, you know? But you
See where
really
the bids
hamstring.
come in too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're really hamstringing
Didn't we think our
yourself.
last building was $4 million? Yeah, that's what we were told, right?
No, they designed a $5 million building, it came in 6.
I prefer not to reduce
Yeah.
to one salary part, but if we
I,
can't get
no,
the-
if we can get two, I think it's a safety issue for the
No,
officers.
at this point, I think
There's two in there, let's see what happens.
we've done everything to get it down. I mean, we reduced square footage on the locker room area as well.
The female locker room, we will have space provided and rough plumbing, but we're not gonna put any fixtures in there right now because we don't have any female officers. We have female officers, we gotta finish that room. if we do the one female officer, we could probably use a regular bathroom and dedicate that to the female officer. The detention area is drastically changed. We don't have detention facilities anymore. We have a processing room with holding areas. And the difference there is you have a bench, and you would cuff your suspect to the bench during processing and interviewing. We still have an interview room, observation room. So we're not giving up operations. The big concern was cutting operational space. We didn't really want to do that, and we haven't done that, other than the cells themselves.
Yeah.
We did cut a storage room, the shower in the Sally Port, and the dog kennel. That came out of there. That was in the original plan, and we cut that out. But I'm just telling you what we did to get this thing down to 4 million.
And then by getting rid of the cells and things like that, we no longer had to comply with the outside air conditioning and all that stuff, the rooftop units, so we were able to get down. You'll see right off the bonding out area there's a furnace now, so we're adding another furnace, but we're reducing the cost of that rooftop unit, which I think was somewhere around $55,000 or something like that.
Yes, it's gonna be a big savings.
Yeah, so we're gonna save, once they put the furnace and stuff in there, somewhere around $50,000 on the air conditioning, the conditioning of that area.
So we cut almost 2,000 square feet out of here. Now, originally, we wanted to build a building that would serve the needs of the community 20 years from now? And we can't afford to do that. So we're building a facility that we need today. It will serve its purpose today.
Well, and in the future, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, some of the future, but not 12,000 population.
7 houses a year, I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That was
Yeah.
Cause what was the estimate?
We didn't go to referendum for $4 million.
This building was
that's
designed to
less
serve a
week.
population of 12,000 originally.
Yeah, so the chances of us hitting 12,000
Yeah.
in 20 years was still,
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I don't want people to
Snowball's
think,
chance.
yeah, I don't want people to think we're
yeah,
dumbing this down just to get what we can and
No.
filling this with
Still
glue
have
and
plenty.
sticks. Cause it's still a nice facility, so.
yeah. So that's all those changes.
Just so you know, the community training room also remains unfinished. It will be drywalled, but there will not be anything fancy in there until we decide what we want to do with that room.
Does that then, or did you guys even look at, what'll that do to reducing the cost of, furnishing it? Or are you just gonna wait to see what the bids come in and where we're at with all this and then worry about that?
Yeah, we were hoping to allocate $500,000 for anything extra at the end of the project. In other words, the building would be $4 million, we have $500,000 set aside for anything extra we want to add. Whether that would be video security,
Generator.
a generator, the furnishings, other things like that we could do off the book. Because if you bought a brand new generator as part of this contract, you'd probably spend a lot more than if we called our generator contractor we currently have and say, hey, you got a used one in the backyard you can throw onto this building, which we did here at the Village Hall. We did this Village Hall for 10
Before
grand.
we were thinking that 500 wasn't gonna fit that building, will that 500 fit this building, is what I'm asking?
I think it
More than likely?
should. We'll make it work.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll make that work.
Okay.
So. Do I have a motion on that then?
Well, what I'd like to do is, the architect is not ready to ask for a formal motion to solicit bids.
Okay.
So when he's got this ready, now if you approve this concept, we're gonna go into a new project manual. And probably next board meeting, or the December 11th meeting, they will ask for a formal solicitation of bids from you guys to go over another bid process. They want open bids in January, and hopefully break ground on this project as soon as the weather breaks in the springtime. So, and they think that it's a good time to go to bid, but not past January. Anytime past January, bids start going up again.
So if they bid in January, they said we can break ground in spring?
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So.
And to let you know, the letter contains numbers that they think this is gonna come in at. $4,092,000 is another new estimate. And then the 9 things that were cut out of there, you can see in there, the generator package, the build outs, riprap in the pond. That stuff was cut out for now. And they base this number on the bids that they opened. So if the bids come in a little better, then you're below the $4 million.
Was he counting on flooring in the community room? Is there gonna be flooring in
I
there?
don't think so. I think it's just a cement floor and drywall. But that doesn't mean we can't do something with the 500,000 if we say, well, we'll just hire a tile guy, go in there and tile.
Carpet.
Or carpet squares, yeah. So. But if the objective is to get a building up, it's great.
One step at a time.
Yeah.
Let's get the bids, let's get the bids.
So we gonna start moving with this then? Everyone good?
Yep.
I think it's nice, good job.
Okay. And that concludes my report.
Alrighty, Public Safety Committee, Trustee Terry.
Thank you, Mayor. Police Department's monthly reports, for your review. Chief, anything you'd like to add?
Just that, Beecher Blessings is up and running, we are a corporation now, we're waiting for a tax exempt status. We really need nominations for this business, so please spread the word, any underprivileged families in our general location, which would be the fire school district, please send an email to Sandy Rickovina. She's collected all the nominations. We've already got 2, but we sure want a lot more than 2.
Thank you, Chief. The EMA monthly reports been close for your review. Director, have anything?
No, I have nothing.
Code enforcement also is in there for review. And I'd like to consider an ordinance regulating food trucks in the village of Beecher. An enclosed ordinance has been vetted by the village staff, the chief, village president, village attorney, and it's ready for adoption. It permits stationary sales from trucks and trailers with the conditions and the licensing agreement as far as like with the food safety and stuff through Will County.
There is one typo that we did catch. The attorney had the penalties incorrect. He had 500 in text to 750, and it should be 100 to 750. So we'll change that one on the fly, because that has to be consistent.
So I'd like to consider a motion regulating food trucks in the village of Beecher.
And that is for ordinance number 1394.
With that one
With, yes,
change?
with the
Okay.
correction of the fine fees being 100 to 750.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion? Roll call?
Giannotti,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Stacy,
Yes.
Gardner,
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Possession.
Yes.
I'd like to also consider a resolution authorizing the village president and the clerk to sign an agreement for the established parade policy for the village. This joint agreement puts all involved on the same page when it comes to celebratory parades, which usually occur after dark on Fridays or Saturday nights after a state final appearance or a win. This puts everyone on the same page. The EMA director has proposed the actual parade route that everybody should receive a copy of. And Director Heim, if there's anything you'd like to add?
I think we've discussed this where every parade we've had issues and this should solve the issues. So I think everybody's on the same page.
And you already implemented this for one parade already. correct?
Yeah, and I already had people asking to change it, so it just
Oh,
shows why we need it.
Alright, so I'm gonna make a motion,
2023-15.
so consider motion 2023-15, resolution authorizing the village president and clerk to sign the agreement for the establishment of a parade policy for the village.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, discussion? Roll call?
Possession.
Yes.
Kraus,
Yes.
Yes.
Gardner, Stacy,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Giannotti.
Yes.
The results for Halloween, we have no incidents to report. The weather was pretty gruesome between the snow and the wind, and we still had trick-or-treaters out, so it's good to see everybody out there having fun. As far as our SRO agreement extension update, Chief has been in touch with the superintendent. We're supposed to be having a meeting with him the end of November.
So probably hopefully have an update in December as to what's going on next.
The agreement's up in April, so we have plenty of time.
And then our adjudication program discussion with Peatone, they're set to continue on Wednesday, November 15th at 10 a.m.
That meeting's still on, right? That meeting is still on, the 15th?
Yes, it's still on. The issue is, we thought that DACRA, which is the provider of our e-ticket, was gonna throw in the communication software for free, and they don't. It's like $1,500 a month, so we have to look for an alternative. We still wanna do it, but don't wanna pay $1,500 a month if we're only bringing in $1,400.
Do you want me at that meeting or not? Don't you know?
If you can, yeah.
Okay.
And that concludes my report.
All right, Public Works Committee, trustee Stacy.
Thank you, Mayor. The sewer department monthly report is enclosed for review. Penfield Improvement Project updates.
I guess I can start. Most of the cement west of the post office has been poured. We had a concern expressed by the fire department regarding the turning radiuses on Woodward Street. You'll be addressing that tomorrow at your project meeting with the fire chief, and then they'll want to go out on site and look at it. I haven't looked at it, I just heard about it tonight, so I don't know what the status is, but there's a concern there. Other than that, the businesses should no longer be disaffected by the operation, unless they're hooking up a street light, which is about the only thing left over there.
Yeah, I went to look at it tonight. It's
Yeah,
nice.
they were forming the curbs for the piece of road in front of the library today.
Yep.
I'm hoping they pour tomorrow so they can get the binder down next week and open that road up for our tree lighting ceremony. But we may have to go to Plan B if we don't get done that quickly. And we talked about that at the tree lighting committee, we may have to come up with a Plan B for the parade.
Yeah.
The preschool alley is available if you need to park in the fire district parking lot. But the turn is tough to make because there's a pole there, so we can't make that turn with any large vehicle or truck, so it only could be a car or a small vehicle. But the project is moving right along. We wanna get out of Mr. Simone's hair as fast as we can. Yeah.
I gotta get up real early
No problem, thank you.
Bye.
Nice meeting you all.
Take care.
That is all, Mr. Chairman, unless anyone has questions on that project.
No, okay, Indiana Avenue Quiet Zone update, Superintendent Connor?
The delineators were installed 2 weeks ago. The Will County engineer forwarded all the information to Union Pacific Railroad, but the trains are still blowing their horns, and it may have something to do with our Penfield Street project. The delineators east of the railroad tracks are currently out. Once those delineators go back up, we're hoping that the quiet zone goes back into effect, but from that initial email from Will County to UP Railroad, we have not received a response, so we're not really sure what the exact issue is, but I'm assuming that it's probably Penfield since the delineators are out there as well. I'll give you guys all an update once I receive something back from either the county or UP Railroad.
Okay. Leaf collection program update.
Leaf collection's underway. We've been out every day for approximately the past 2 weeks. Thank you to the village board for allowing us to repair that unit from that Thornton donated to us. The machine is almost double to possibly even triple the size of our old units as far as being able to collect without having to dump, so we're making it a lot further per load. Which saves on our dump time, which is about 45 minutes round trip, so that saves us. Today we dumped 3 times, Thursday we dumped 3 times, where in the past we were dumping anywhere between 6 to 7, sometimes 8 times a day, just depending on how heavy the leaves are down. It seems right now we're getting through the town, we're getting back to the same location in about 6 days, so little over a week. The new subdivisions, we call them new, but they're over 20 years old now. Those trees are really growing, so it takes us about a day to a day and a half just to do everything east of Dixie. So it's definitely pushing us back from where we used to guarantee that we would pick up once per week. We cannot guarantee that any longer. But yeah, about every 6 days now we're making it back to where we
first started, and,
We haven't ramped up staff enough, we can put 2 crews out there yet.
yeah, we don't have our second machine, loaded on a truck. We don't have the box in, anything like that. We have had some, minor issues with the new one. The handle on the hose has broken 3 different times, so it's been down for half a day here or there while we made repairs to that, just working through some minor issues with that one, just trying to get it on the road, so. But it's been working, knock on wood, for the last 3 or 4 days straight, so we're doing pretty good now, so. That's all I have on that. We'll probably stop picking up leaves, I would assume, the first week of December. Is probably a good guesstimate at this point, so.
Thank you. Dixie Highway Water Main Crossover Project has gone out for bids. We'll open them on Thursday, November 30th at 10 a.m. We'll then see if we can afford this project.
Yeah, and we also need our IDOT permit, which we've been having a difficult time acquiring. It's a nightmare. We can't even get a bond amount from IDOT. They can't even tell us how much bond they want down on the job. So, it's aggravating working with IDOT.
And last, the introduction of new employees to Public Works Department. Matthew?
So we had 2 employees start today. Mike Alberts, who is taking over the role of lead water operator. He has 11 years of experience at the Village of Alsip in their water department. He was not a lead operator, but he was in the water department and an operator underneath their lead. So little background with him, he's not real familiar, I guess you could say, with our type of water system, as they're on surface water. They get their water from Lake Michigan. They don't have ground wells and things like that where they're actually, taking the water from the underground reservoirs and things like that. But it'd be a learning curve for him and for us, but we'll make it through.
Should we get our 90-day notice into test now, or do you wanna wait?
Yeah, I'd wait a little bit. I still think we should use tests for our EPA testing. I think they do well with that. I kind of like the fact that if they come out, take the sample, that it's being tested in their facility, and then they can get back to us right away if there's an issue. We haven't had any issues, so, but I like the fact that we would get instant answers if there were any issues, instead of waiting. Some other labs around here could wait till the end of the month, 3 weeks to let us know that we had an issue, so. I like the fact of that with testing. They're all the way out of Peru, but they seem to be doing good with our testing portion of it on the labs. So that's Mike Alberts, and then Travis Martin also started today. He's a 3-year employee with the city of Valparaiso. He worked in the street department out there, not on the water side, so each candidate brings a little something different to the table. But they both started today. They both seem to fit in well, and we had a good day today. So, and then I do have Troy Larrington, who will be starting with us on November 27th. I believe that's a Monday. He's a 23-year employee with the Village of Bradley. He actually retired from Bradley 2 years ago, was planning to move to Florida, had some family issues come up here and didn't end up moving. So it'd be nice to have somebody with quite a few years experience that we don't really have to train too much there. We can just send them out in a plow truck and salt truck and just kind of do your thing and don't have to, babysit them too much. So he started on the 27th, and at that point we'll be back up to full staff. So.
Sounds good. Okay, and Mayor, I'd like to say one thing before I end my report. I'd like to thank Bob for his hard work on Penfield, his diligence, and before you go.
At least I'm getting something done before charity starts, because that project would have driven you nuts. Numbers don't talk back to you.
And that's my conclusion.
Thanks, Chairman.
Yeah, thank you. And Economic Development Community Relations Committee Trustee Session.
Thank you very much. All right, the Village's fall newsletter was mailed 2 weeks ago. This is the last village board meeting before the tree lighting ceremony on Sunday, November 26th at 5 p.m. Final update will be provided. Last committee prep meeting was held on November 8th. So that last update. So we have received various park holiday decorations that were purchased with the use of the grant money we received. Also, I've sent a request to the Washington Township for a financial donation towards the event, which they seemed receptive to. Final parade route is pending the construction progress on Pinfield, which, our final determination will be made Wednesday, the 22nd. So we'll know exactly what we're gonna do and if we're gonna be able to come in through Fireman's Park or have to figure something else out then. Event setup, we'll convene at 1 PM, day of the event, if anybody's bored, wants to come hang up Christmas decorations. And then Chief, I think the one thing I had for you was the Santa seat. I hear might be in a area like the, Reed Street that you guys have access to.
It's in the hut.
It's in the hut. So yeah, somehow we'll need to get that down to the park.
Yeah, whatever, we'll bring whatever you need.
Okay, sounds good.
The firewood?
Yeah, firewood, Joe Burgess touched base with us, he's able to get us some, high quality firewood, I should say, high quality compared probably to the pallets, so.
Is there enough there to make Todd happy?
Hey, Todd, he perked up.
We already had this discussion, and I'm gonna have to talk with Matt to make sure there's a pile on standby just in case.
Oh, I gotta,
gotta keep that part warm.
we saved every pallet, we saved every pallet this year just for this,
Just
and
for
now
this.
you don't want it, you know?
I said I want.
We saved them heavy
Extra
duty
large.
ones.
There's no fire too big.
Yeah.
We got those heavy duty ones.
Hey,
from
Ben,
Rubber
is Joe having that firewood delivered to the park, or is that something
Yeah, I
that
think he
Public
was gonna
Works?
have it delivered there.
Okay,
I haven't responded to that email yet, did he? He hasn't responded to the most recent one, but he definitely sent in his first one that he was gonna have it delivered. Okay.
delivered, okay.
So yeah, I don't know, any questions there? That's all I got for the update, Bob? Marcy?
No, I think Public Works, the decorations that we bought, they're gonna try to get up with the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So anything you gotta put up is what we already have.
Okay, yeah, and that's not too
Last
bad,
year.
honestly.
Is it the same setup as last year?
Same setup as last year, we'll have like Santa in the pavilion there with, the workshop kind of around him and funneling the kids towards Santa. And then basically parade will go off, Santa will end the parade, and then we'll do an introduction and thank you, and have Santa come up and flip the switch for the tree lighting.
And if you don't like what Matt did with the decorations, then you can do them yourself on Sunday or move them, they're gonna try to hang.
I have full faith.
Yeah, or leave them there.
You'll do a
I think
great job.
we'll be good.
Yeah. It's gonna look amazing.
Yeah.
Unless he hangs like a.
I won't be here that week, to be honest with you, so it won't be me.
Grab my blanket, wrap around the bottom.
Yeah. So we've got a lot of plans for that day, so should be exciting.
You can Charlie Brown makers.
Yeah. All right, Union Electronics Building Church Road update will be provided.
We have building prints, they came in Thursday, he's looking for an early start on his footing and foundation, and he's gonna be meeting with the building inspector tomorrow. So, that's where we are with that. We've been trying to push that thing along, because the deeper we get into colder weather, the harder it's gonna be to get things done.
Yep. All right, here's my report, thank you very much.
All right, any old business to come before the board?
Yeah, who sits there next Monday? The next meeting?
That will be, Ms. Mitchell will be.
She will be, I'll be sitting back there with
Yep.
Matt. I'll be in the peanut gallery, asking questions.
He'll be back there throwing spitballs.
Notice my name tag already.
You couldn't have flipped that down fast enough. when you were
Also,
know,
Matt
yeah.
had out his monthly report for Public Works too, I just noticed that he had it handed out, so.
All right, any new business to come before the board? All right, we have a motion to,
I forgot.
so
We have a
close.
church groundbreaking Sunday,
Yes,
and I heard from Roger and Marcy. Is there anyone else that plans on attending? Because I have to get a list to them. It's at 10:30 on Sunday at Faith Church. They're putting an addition on their church. They're gonna have a ribbon cutting or a groundbreaking. Yeah. If you don't know now, let me know by tomorrow. I gotta give them a list.
The on-duty officer, Aaron Court, and the Butch will both be there.
I'll be there, Bob.
And Todd?
That'll count.
I'll be there.
Donna, you gonna be there?
I will be there.
Yeah, me too.
All right, Joe Terry?
I'll let you know in the morning.
Okay, then the next thing I have is.
Wait, there's more.
That time of year.
No, the name tag's down, you're done.
Yeah.
Name tag's down.
We have a grant celebration of receiving the grant party at Brookfield Zoo on December sixth from 4:30 to 6:30. We received 2 grants, one for the holiday decorations and the other one for the speed signs that are solar. And they've invited anyone that has to do with public safety, elected official, or someone from the tree lighting committee, if they wanted to go to the celebration. And what they do is they give you a fake check for the 2,500 and everyone claps, and it's like a cocktail hour and you get to look at the zoo lights. It's not bad. I mean, we've been to that before. We got the money for the generator a few years back. But if there's anyone interested in going to that, let me know. Right now I have Terry Lemming down and Joe Terry. I have your name down on this too, okay? To go to the,
I guess.
to the,
That'll be a nice couple of representatives.
okay. And then there's a handout on PFAS, and I wanted to let you know that the village has, joined in a class action lawsuit as a water system for this whole PFAS thing. We're going with a large national class. There are some law firms out there right now asking us to opt out and go with their lawsuit. But in all honesty, we are not big enough to worry about our own little class action lawsuit. We're just gonna go with the big bunch that's nationwide. And right now, we don't have PFAS in our water, and we don't test for it because we don't have it when we originally tested. So I don't even know if we get any money out of this anyway. Most of this stuff comes from firefighting foam and, what they say, frying pans, the layer on the frying pans has it. Plastic water mains do not. That was a big concern that US EPA was gonna crack down on plastic pipe, but apparently plastic pipe does not produce this PFAS. So that's the plan, and you probably won't hear about this again until 2026, when we become an eligible class member. Because we're so small, we don't become an eligible class member until 2026. Now I'm done.
Okay. Can we have a motion to adjourn?
Make that motion.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
All right.
Well, I guess I heard Roger talk already.
Oh, he seconded one earlier, right?
Not that quick though.
Roll call. Oh, yeah.
Giannotti,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Stacy,
Mm.
Gardner, Kraus.
Yes.
Session, yes.